Listen well, brother.
I'm listening.
If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.
There can be only one.
I'll answer the question. You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth!
And the truth shall set you free. Hey, right off the back, happy birthday to Shellback. If it's your birthday, brother, everybody keeps saying it's your birthday in chat. So happy birthday, bro. If it's your birthday, I hope you have a great one, man. Good morning, everybody. How are y'all doing? Yeah, you can kind of hear it this morning. This wasn't anything I did yesterday. I woke up at 1 a.m. this morning, and it's like I'd been gargling battery acid. I was sick. I was up for about 2 hours. I got back up at my normal time, and I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And I got some tea. The tea, I got hot tea here. So it's not like lemon tea like I normally have, but I got some hot tea. It literally was like gargling battery acid this morning. So it was bad. It was pretty damn bad. I'm going to go back to bed, Gum Bunny. I am. I'm going to go back to bed after the show. I can't not do this. If I'm here, if I can talk, I'll be here. So, did Arlena send you the other chip? No, she didn't. I would not touch it with a 10-foot pole if she did, even if I wasn't like this morning, I wouldn't touch it. So, the black chip, no, that's absolutely a negative Ghost Rider. The pattern is full. Thank you Dave G Sound. Thank you all for being here. I mean, I know it's not going to be like a, Loki's on fire. My throat's on fire, but I'm not on fire this morning. But I want to talk about this stuff anyway. There's a lot to unpack here. We've got some information that I want to share with you guys. It'll grow hair on your chest. I bet you it will, but I got enough hair on my chest as it is. I don't want to be a hairy gorilla man, Mark. I like my chest hair just the way it is. So does Eris. So that hot chip is so not what you need right now. No, absolutely not. Did Kurt choke slam you? It's funny. No. If you have it, take NyQuil when you get ready to go back to bed. I will. I have it. I have some honey. I have some honey NyQuil. It's not from coughing. Literally, it was like battery acid this morning. So, hot black tea with honey. I like Earl Grey. I've got some whatever sleepy time tea. I've always had that. I used to have insomnia real bad. I used to have insomnia so bad, and it never helped, but it always was like, I don't know, just like there. So I always drank it, and it's supposed to put you to sleep. I don't know if it. I don't think it ever worked, but I'd be a Sasquatch, right? So I got the beard, and I got the Viking thing going. Did anybody see the Viking pizza cutter that I put out there? That was so cool. That was a beautiful Valentine's Day present from Eris. Yeah, insomnia sucks, man. I absolutely hate it. I beat it. I beat it. I used to be I think so. One of the Walter, one of the medicines I'm on, one of the medications I'm on for all this stuff, supposedly can do something. It hadn't yet, but I've only been on one of them, the one that can, for like a couple weeks now. So it might be that, maybe, because I had some graham crackers for dinner last night. That's all I had for dinner last night was graham crackers. I wasn't really hungry. Um, I wasn't really hungry, so, but yeah, the pizza cutter was a gift from Eris. I'm making healthier stuff. There's a sourdough bread you can make, a sourdough crust that's like low carb. It tastes really good. It's absolutely awesome. It's like a low carb crust. I've got to stick with like a very thin low carb crust. So, I was always in my head with the insomnia, man. When you're laying there and you're in your head so much, and you got all those, you're thinking about stuff. I literally had to like figure out a way to turn that off. And that's really hard if you don't know how to do it. It's really, really tough. So, what I figured out how to do was I focused my thoughts on something completely different than what's running around in my mind. Sometimes I have a problem. How about you do a 30-minute show? We all understand. Um, I'll go until I can't. So I really wanna try and get into over to, balcony. That way I can send the chat. Yeah, I know. Drink his tea and go back to bed. I'm going to. I'm going to. I'm going to, guys. I promise. I don't want to leave you guys without the show in the morning. And I love doing the show. I don't want to walk away from it. I really don't. I am taking care of me, and I'm not going to kill my voice. It's why I didn't yell. It's why I didn't yell. Turn on a Disney's earning report if you want to pass out. God help me, man. That's like Clockwork Orange shit. Cruel and unusual punishment. So enough about me. I'll go until I can't talk anymore. Okay, I promise. If it really starts hurting, um, I will say something and I'll bow out. All right, I promise. Scouts, hold on. I know I got the stupid Scout's honor, promise. Okay. Even though you sounding like Wolfman Jack is pretty cool. Yeah, I couldn't even do the voice. I love doing his voice. I absolutely love him. He definitely is an inspiration. Um, the radio, so many good radio hosts over the years. Him, Wolfman Jack, um, so many good people, man. Russ Martin out in Dallas. If you guys have never heard Russ Martin, man, check him out, guys. He was so great. He was such a great inspiration for everything. He was my morning show. He was my morning show. He was my drive into work show. Once I got on my truck, because I was doing flatbed. I was driving this flatbed where I would deliver natural gases and oxygen and acetylene for welders and all that stuff. I listened to him all day. He was the guy that got me through the day. He really did. He got me through till noon. And then I just turned the radio off because I didn't want to listen to anything else. Grumpy old Marine Vet over on Rumble is a $5 Rumble rant. Loki, if you were sick, it's okay to take some time for your health. Do not make me come down there. Thank you so much, Dean. Thank you guys. Seriously. I know. I know what you mean. I really do. And I'm going to do my very best today. We'll just talk. I was going to go over this thing about the money because that's the big thing. And maybe I'll save it. I don't know. We can talk about it a little bit, but they really don't think they're doing anything wrong. And I couldn't believe that when I heard it. The suits, the suits over at Disney, they'll pull out the earnings. They'll pull out the sheets and they'll be like, TFA made $1.3 billion. Rise of Soy Walker made over $1 billion. Of course, it was a success. They don't care what they spent. We've got boots on the ground, guys. We've got so many boots on the ground reporting, talking about how much they spend on advertising, how much they spend on propaganda, how much they lied. Okay, the fact that they hired people to attack us when we said anything. If anybody says anything against you or the movie or anything, we're going to immediately go to this playbook of calling them an Nazi. They look at all this like a success, like they won. They look at Obi-Wan and all this shit like they're winners. As long as they've made money, they don't care. They've got an agenda, and it all revolves around the money. Thank you so much, Grumpy Old Marine Vet, for your $5 super chat, brother. I'm not gonna yell scold, but I'm gonna say it. So this one is just for you, brother. Long live the fighters and long live the throat this morning. Skull.
Long live the fighters!
And you're right, Kizzy. You're right. Disney can't admit they are wrong. They can't. You know why? Because they've got spreadsheets. And see, this is the thing. This is what most people don't want to talk about. They think they're all like, they want to make it sound like all these people are sitting in the office laughing at you. Like they're doing it intentionally. What they're doing intentionally is they have no idea what any of this means. They sit in their boardroom and they go over a spreadsheet of what they say is going to make money. Okay. So they look at the spreadsheet and they're like, okay, well, Star Wars is this, this multi-billion-dollar brand, but we've never tapped girls. We've never tapped the girl aspect. It's always been the boys. So let's get the girls involved and we'll bring the girls in and we'll make it a multi-brand. And then we can tap both sides of the market and we'll get double the money. That's all they see. That's all they see while they're doing this. They don't see anything else. They don't see anything else. Darth Arlena says, "Love the pizza cutter." Man, when I opened that box, because I had no idea what she got me, and she gave it to me early because she got all of hers. Guys, she got chocolate. She got 2 things of chocolate. She got a giant heart of velvet. It's velvet, right? Who the hell does it? It's like this giant Whitman's velvet heart full of candy. And then I got our smaller Batman one because she loves Batman. She's got all kinds of Batman shit in her office. We got to do a tour. We're closing in on the game room being complete, but we'll do a tour at some point. She's got Smarties, she's got chocolate, she's got cards. I got her these stuffed kitty cats. She's got all this stuff, and she was like, "I want you to have this," and I was like, "But it's my Valentine's Day present." She goes, "I know. I had to order you a whole bunch of more stuff." I'm like, "Why the hell did you order me more stuff?" She goes, "Because you got me all this, and you've just been giving it to me over the course of like the last 2 weeks, ever since Valentine's Day stuff started coming out in stores. Every time I'm at the store, I'm like, yoink, okay, this is cool. I'll give this to her." So that pizza cutter is just awesome. I saw that. I'll bring up a picture of it for anybody who hasn't seen it. As soon as I opened that box, I was like, holy shit. And it's got a leather sheath. So it's got a leather sheath that you can, let's see, that you put it in that can like go on your leg. So there's Arlena like with the hatchet. It's so cool. And that is a rune engraving that says "My love, my life," because that's what Eris wanted to put on it. So she's kind of sentimental like that, which is very sweet. She's very sweet. So I needed a new. I said that a couple of weeks ago. I was like, you know what? I'm going to need a new pizza cutter. This one's getting kind of old. It's like 3 years old now. And she went to town, and it looks absolutely awesome. She said the guy even kind of has a beard like yours. I was like, all right, well, that works. So it is. It really is. And what's really nice of her. It's really nice of her. It's one of those things I didn't expect. Usually, like, she can't keep a secret for shit. So usually I would know what it is before it even gets there. So she did a great job. I had no idea. I never thought of that. I never thought, oh, she got me some badass, Viking pizza cutter. And it literally says Valhalla pizza cutter when you go to the order. I was like, that is cool as shit. That is cool as shit. No, like me. Kind of has a beard like me. Eris don't have no beard. She is beardless. She does not have, she doesn't even have peach fuzz. So she's one of those chicks that like, I mean, she could not shave her legs for 2 weeks. This will probably get her in trouble. She could probably not shave her legs for 2 weeks and you just can't tell because none of the hair is grown in. It's one of those things. So thank you, Project Cambrian. He's laughing his butt off. They don't care, man. They don't care. They don't give a shit. They don't give a shit that you're upset about it because they look at it like, well, they planned this, they got the money together, they did it, and that's all that matters is that they came out with it. They don't give a shit whether it worked or didn't work because their job's done. What their job is to take out the paper and go, we could make this if we did this. Do you think that Disney would have spent all that money on Star Wars and Fox if it didn't have a plan? If it didn't go, well, we can make this with this and we make this with that and we can make this money on this. Same thing with Hulu. They've got a plan. They've got a financial plan. It just hasn't worked out the way they wanted. And why hasn't it worked out the way they wanted? Because the fan support isn't there. They're having to take victories. Why do you think JJ hasn't done a movie? Where is JJ Abrams? Anybody answer that question? What movie has JJ Abrams worked on since Star Wars? What movie has he worked on? Can anybody tell me? Can anybody tell me what movie JJ Abrams has worked on since Star Wars? Guess what? He hasn't. He hasn't worked on one since Star Wars. You want to know why? Because it killed him. It effing killed him. You know, he screwed up. He screwed up Star Trek. He did. And it didn't help him, the fact that he came out and he was like, I never really liked Star Trek. I was a Star Wars guy. That didn't really help him, but they liked that shit. Yeah, what did he do for WB? WB paid him a contract. Where has he been? What has he done? He hasn't done anything. Okay. Do you want to know? Do you want to know what killed him? I'll tell you exactly what killed him. They were doing daily edits of Rise of Soywalker. What? Okay, imagine this. Imagine you're working on a project the size of, Lord of the Rings, Peter Jackson style shit. And WB tells you have to edit on location every day. What do you mean I have to edit on location every day? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Well, any footage you do that day, anything you record, you have to edit. And we're going to put the movie together day by day as you edit. That's fucking crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Disney made him do that. It wasn't his choice. He didn't want to do that. The movie's not even done yet. Do you know how much work Peter Jackson did after the fact? Go back and watch some of the big cases, some of those big sets come with a lot of bonus stuff. Go back and watch Peter Jackson putting together the Lord of the Rings movies. It's absolute insanity. And that's after the filming's done. That's after the filming is done. That's not during filming. That's not during filming. That's not every day. Imagine pulling a 12-hour day. Okay. Imagine pulling a 12-hour day and then getting told you have to go over everything you did for the last 4 hours and figure everything else out again. So you have a 12-hour day, and then you've got, and it was probably more than that. He probably had to do it longer than that. I don't know. But usually the way it works when you make a movie is you do all your principal photography. You get all your special effects done, and you put the movie together with the soundtrack and the music, and usually the director's right there. Okay, it's not just, edited by this person. Usually the director's right there sitting there watching what's going on. And when he's not, when they bail at the end of a movie before anything's done, usually that's why it's a chaotic mess, because they don't know what he was intending. Okay, you remember that one chick that bailed on the Marvels? She just left as soon as filming was done. She just took off. That's not normal. That's not professional. That's not what directors are supposed to do. You are the keeper of the movie. Okay? It didn't make sense to anybody, Arlena. It doesn't make sense to anybody because it's a chopped up giant mess. How can you do that? How can you edit daily and you're just like, okay, on to the next one? I mean, it's going to get to the point where you don't know what the hell is going on and you haven't seen the special effects yet. So you're just like, okay, this has to go there. Hopefully they do it and it makes sense. You don't even get to see the finished product. Sorry. You don't even get to see the finished product. It's just a chaotic mess. You don't even know if the movie's going to be good because you've been editing day by day. So when a director takes off before the movie's even done yet, that's not professional. That's not pro level shit. This is what you get when you hire these people that don't know how to make a movie. They don't. Okay. I got an argument with this twat whatever person because they said that the lady that was going to do the new Ray movie was qualified. I said, show me your qualifications. And they said she won an award. She won an award at a movie thing. And I was like, that is not, they just give those things out to whoever they want to. That is not qualified. She had not done anything to be qualified to make that movie. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. What was her qualifications? She was a POC and she was the right sexual orientation. That's it. And that's all they care about. And that's how they're casting. It's not just a director and a writer. That's part of it. They're doing that with the directors and writers, but they're doing that with casting too. What was it just recently? No male, no pale, blah, blah, blah. No, if it's a male and if it's a pale and it's not gay or whatever it is, they're out. Basically, white, straight male, we do not employ you. That's nuts. That's absolutely positively nuts. We will take male and pale is still. Thank you. Male and pale is still. We do not want you involved with our movie. That's not just acting. That is directing. That is writing. That is the jobs backstage. That's the jobs no one sees. That's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. She likes making men uncomfortable. You're nuts, but it sounds good on paper. That's all these people do is look at the paper. That's all they do is look at the paper and look at what their little statistics show. They don't care about anything else. They don't care about you loving it. They don't care about what happened before. Do you know why we never got Luke and Leia and Han? I've said this over and over and over again. Could you imagine? Okay. You know, we had such high hopes. When we saw Han and Chewie on the Falcon, and Han's like, Chewie, we're home. Everybody went effing nuts. Everybody went nuts. Nobody didn't. Everybody thought this was going to be a knockdown, drag out, slobber knocker, badass movie. They all thought it was going to be badass. I'm sure there was one or two people that were like, no, I know, I see the writing on the wall, whatever. But everybody shed a tear when you saw Han and Chewie and Han said we're home. Now, can you imagine if at the end of The Force Awakens, you saw Han, Luke, and Leia, and they're hugging each other, right? They're hugging each other and they're holding each other, and the camera starts to pan out, and you hear the music. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na. And that's the end of part one. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine Luke standing there and turning around, and there's his sister, and there's his brother, there's Han, and they step forward and they hug, and that's the end of the first movie, and Rey standing there like crying because she's us, right? What a better way to connect with a character than to make her us, to put us in her position, because we would be standing there crying if we were there. They didn't do that because they couldn't see it, because they can't see it, because all they care about is their spreadsheets and their BS. That's all they think about is their spreadsheets and their bullshit. They don't think about what emotions we all had. They don't care. All they care about is check marking the things that they need to be there. That's all they care about. And yeah, Han's son murdered him. Okay, I heard all kinds of shit. You know how much shit I heard? I heard that the timeline was going to change and they were going to do all this crazy shit, and that's never going to happen, guys. You have to understand, they don't care. They don't view it as a mistake. They don't view it as a failure because they check their boxes. That's all they care about. They'll spend all the money in the world and they will sink the freaking Titanic so that they can check their boxes. That's all they care about. That's all they care about. That's all they know is check our boxes and we'll be right. And everything will be fine. That's why they're going to lose. That's why at the end of the day, they're going to lose. Because that's all they can see. They can't see anything else. All that shit about Kathleen Kennedy destroying things in her office, about people punching TVs, about Black Falcons listening in on people's conversations. It's all bullshit. They don't care. They don't give a shit. All they care about is their spreadsheet. And when people pull the wool over your eyes, that's just as dirty as what Disney does. It's just as dirty and it's just as effed up as what Disney does. They don't care. I'm sorry if I'm putting you to sleep, Penny. I really am. I'm not trying to. I wish I had more oomph this morning. I really do. If I did, I'd be giving it to you 110%. I'm not trying to put you to sleep. I'm not. My voice is so, my throat's so sore. Like I said, gargling battery acid. That's all I felt this morning at 1 a.m. getting up in the middle of the night. I couldn't go back to sleep. I couldn't lay back down. I couldn't do shit. I sat there and I drank water and milk. I sat there and drank water and milk all night. For like an hour and a half, I drank 2 cups of milk. I drank 3 cups of water, and then I finally broke down. I hate Tums. If I take Tums and then I chuck, if I chuck Tums up, it's the worst thing in the world for me. I'm not trying to be poor Loki. I'm just it sucked. It absolutely sucked. I've never had acid like that. So milk is good. You know what? I broke a rule. I haven't drank milk. I haven't done milk. I haven't done cereal. I've listened to my doctor, my personal physician. He's probably listening in this morning. I dumped milk almost completely. And the only time I ever do drink it is when I have heartburn so bad I can't handle it. He is listening. See? So I am taking the milk thistle and the cayenne pepper stuff and the fish oil. So you got me on that one. I'm taking the piss out of that every morning, every single morning. But I hate Tums. So I finally broke down and I chewed 2 Tums and laid back down. Hopefully, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to do anything else today. I'm just going to go back to bed at some point. I get wired after the show. Gargling battery acid a symptom of the Icelandic purple death? I have no idea. I don't think so. I'm Penny. You go back to bed and take it easy and rest up. And as soon as I'm done, I'm gonna do the same thing. And it just woke me up, man. It wasn't even like I just woke up with heartburn. I literally woke up and it was there. I jumped out of bed. I didn't like get up and sit up and go. No, I jumped out of bed and was running to the bathroom. That's because it was there. It was there. I know, and I knew you'd say that. So me and Nadega won't be on later tonight. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to go and I'm going to lay down and I'm put on a Godzilla movie and I'm going to watch Godzilla because I like the old Godzilla movies. I like the 90s Godzilla movies. I love the 90s Godzilla movies. I don't know what's going to happen with the new Godzilla versus Kong. Do you guys want I should have taken a picture of it. But I don't like to spoil shit for people. Does anybody know who the new secret character is going to be? And there's a secret kaiju, and they ruined it. They fucking ruined it. I'm like, I'm there. I'm at Walmart, and they've got this huge display stand, and there's the fucking secret character. There's the secret character. I love Godzilla -1, dude. I absolutely loved it. I got to see it in 4DX. I got to see the silver one, minus color. I called it Godzilla -1 silver because I like the idea of silver screen. I think that's what they should have called it. But I get the minus color. It was good. They were both good. I want the black and white one. That way, when I get my projector, I can watch the black and white one on my own kind of big screen and enjoy it. The new bigger battery, yes. So there isn't there it is. I don't know if anybody wants me to ruin it. I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but I'm walking through Walmart and there's Godzilla, there's Kong, there's the red gorilla, right? If it wasn't for Oppenheimer, we wouldn't have Godzilla. It's true. It's absolutely true. So there's this like white Godzilla looking creature. I guess that's the one Godzilla's going to be fighting, or maybe they swap. Maybe Godzilla fights the red ape and Kong fights this white Zilla. It's going to be like a white Godzilla. But then, boom, there's freaking Mothra, man. And I'm like, you sons of bitches, man. Mothra. And I'm just like, you just ruined it. You just ruined the fact that Mothra is going to be in Godzilla X Kong. Fuckers. Thank you so much. And that's true. And it may be possible. You know, we got all that shit with WandaVision, you know, how they had characters, but those were supposed to be in it and got cut. So, you know, they were the pops, man. I remember God, dude, Fat Steven was all over that shit, man. He saw shit in the opening credits that he crawled through in 1/4 speed. He caught shit nobody else caught. He was going absolutely apeshit, and you could tell by about the middle of the show, they had just pissed all over him. And that's when they changed everything. Was the middle of the show. So about the middle of the show is when the coup, all the lockdown shit happened. They completely changed a lot of the show. They couldn't have more than 2 people on set. There was a lot of bullshit that they did because they had to find a way to maintain COOF law and follow the rules. And it was absolutely stupid. The Choof. Yeah, the Coof. The Coof. The Poke. The Times of the Poke. And I just saw it kill him. I watched it. It just killed him. It killed his enthusiasm for the show. It killed his enthusiasm for the show we were doing. It was like working with someone that was absolutely dialed in 150% into what was going on and then just poured gasoline all over it and lit it and walked away because he just didn't give a shit anymore. He just didn't give a shit anymore. And that's pretty much what's happened to Marvel. That's pretty much where we are at Marvel. It's funny that a lot of the big stuff that was great, that people loved, has been pissed on by so many people. It wasn't a bait and switch. They changed everything. So it was supposed to have Mephisto in it. Mephisto was supposed to be the big bad. They changed that. I'm really sorry about that. I'm trying to maintain. I'm sorry I sniffled. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy what they did, and they lost it. They absolutely positively lost direction, and they lost the heart of the whole show. Steven's rabbit hole dive on WandaVision was phenomenal, and had it been that way, the show would have been awesome. He was finding shit in the opening scenes that you had to like, it was there for like a microsecond and then poof, gone. But it was there and you could see it. And they screwed it up because it was Agatha all along. And they screwed around with stuff. So they and they don't care. They don't care about it, man. They don't care, Monkey Jeebus. These suits, these people that are getting their hands in the pie, and that's what they're doing. They're saying, we've got to do it like this, and this is the way it has to be done. That's they don't care. They don't care about the end product. They just care that it gets done their way. If you've never ever seen it, go back and watch the making of Alien 3. Okay. I'm sure you're going to be like, Loki, why the hell would I go back and watch that absolute shithole of a movie? I'm not telling you to. The original version sucks. The director's cut, the special Renegade edition, is so much better than what you got. That was all corporate. So corporate, the suits at Fox, this was this guy's first movie, right? This was this guy's first movie. He made some music videos, but never made a movie before. And he came in, they had kicked the can like 3 other times before him to different directors. He came in and he said, I can do this. I can make it dark. I can give you the edginess you want. We'll make it good. We'll make it a good movie. I'll get people to buy it. And then get this shit. You finally get someone that will make your stupid movie, right? And even Sigourney Weaver buys in and is like, I want to be a producer because I believe in this guy's vision. I want to be a producer. And then they have a suit. They have this woman come down that is taking everything he's doing back to corporate, and they're changing everything. And she gets orders from the corporate suits and then goes and overrules him without him knowing about it. So if he says, I want to do tomorrow, I want to do this and this and this, and blah, 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 she's got people actively working against him to change things that he doesn't want changed. That's insanity. That's crazy. How the fuck are you supposed to work like that? And he didn't know. He just knew he was this woman was coming down from corporate, keeping an eye on things. Okay, I'm a new director. That's understandable. When he figured that out, he was so freaking pissed, but there was nothing he could do about it. The movie was almost over. The movie was almost done. So instead of walking off, and you know what? They changed all that stuff. They changed the bull alien. They changed it into the dog. I never understood why the toy was called the bull alien. It's a dog. It's a dog. It's not a bull. Well, yeah, it was. It was an ox. It was this big ox. It wasn't a damn dog. It's crazy. It's crazy. And then you miss the whole dragon thing. The crazy guy goes down there and lets the damn thing out. They've got it locked up. It can't get out. It's going to sit there and it's going to die. It's going to sit there and it's going to die. And they've got it locked up. And they just have to wait till Wei gets there and they can take the damn thing. And that crazy son of a bitch goes and lets the dragon out. And it sees him and just walks. It just knows, okay, you let me out. Thanks, buddy. I'll get you last. And he lets the damn thing out. It's not, who said that? Superhero fatigue. Who said the superhero fatigue thing? Darth Arlena. Where are you, Darth Arlena? I absolutely hate how people are like, it's superhero fatigue. Wrong. It's shitty writing fatigue. We're tired, man. We've been through the shit. Dude, okay. Anybody out there that loved the Marvel movies, I dare you. I dare you to do this, okay? I understand if you haven't watched your Marvel movies, if they've been sitting on a shelf or they're just collecting dust, but I dare you to do this. Go pull out Civil War and go to the scene where Cap goes to Bucky's apartment to find Bucky. And they have that discussion and then watch the fight down the stairs again and go, son of a bitch, this was so good. This is absolutely badass. It's not superhero fatigue. It's not superhero fatigue. It's shitty writing fatigue. And they have no idea what they are doing. They have no idea what they were doing because they don't care. They've never seen the other ones. They don't give a shit. They don't look at it like this is wrong and this was better. They just look at it like another paycheck. Well, if we tap this and this demographic, we'll make this amount of money. That's all they care about. That's all they see. If we get this director to do it, then we'll have checked these boxes. That's all they care about. That's all they see. No, absolutely not. Kronos. The story sucked, and the story went through 3 different rewrites. So there's a whole movie out there. You have to understand something about Alien 3. Even the sets, so they had greenlit the original script with a director, and that director bailed. He wouldn't work with Fox because Fox was going to do what they did to the other director. He bailed. He bailed on the project. He said, "Nope, I'm not dealing with this shit. I've got experience. I don't have to do this." So they literally were building the sets for the first script when they scrapped that script. And they stopped everything. They just stopped everything. So when you get to Fincher, when you get to the last director, they took the sets they had already been building and remade them into what you see in the movie. They recycled everything and made it into what you see in the movie. It was supposed to be a farming community on a backwater planet with a bunch of priests. It was supposed to be a farm. I've got the original. I've got the book, which is the original script turned into a book, and it was And Ripley was on this planet with them trying to save these priests that didn't know how to do this. And when you hear the ideas, okay, so imagine these long stalks of corn and the aliens coming at you like epping velociraptors through the corn. Remember that scene in Jurassic Park 2 where the velociraptors are running through the tall grass and they're just taking people down left and right? That's what the aliens were going to freaking do. The aliens were going to be in the corn and nobody was going to be able to see where the hell the aliens were coming from because they were just going to be tearing the shit out of everybody. They were going to be ripping people to shreds in this tall corn, and you never see them coming. You never see them coming. It's absolutely crazy, this idea they had, and it would have been such a better movie. And the corporate suits screwed it up because they can't see that. Raptors in the corn. Right there, raptors in the corn. Instead of children in the corn, we do raptors in the corn. Yeah, it's an alien blender. Abso-freaking-lutely. These aliens are coming out of nowhere and they see through scent. Box ruins everything. So they don't have to worry about seeing through the corn at their prey. They see through smell. They're like a fish. They've got like a fish eye that can see through the scent. So that's how they track their prey. It's crazy. It's crazy. It would have been so good. They fucked it up because they're corporate morons. They're absolutely corporate morons. What are you going to do? Oh, what's up, Keith? Good morning, brother. He says, what you just described at the Aliens 3 is what happened to X-Men Origins, Wolverine, Batman versus Superman, Suicide Squad, especially Civil War, prior to Kevin Feige finding out about the Snyder JL trilogy. And that's corporate, man. What Keith just laid out is corporate interference in film. They don't let the directors direct. They don't let the writers write. They are smarter than all of you because they go over the books and look at the money. That's what they do. We've got Machini coming up in just a little bit, guys. We've got Machini coming up. I made it. I made it through the show. Thank you guys so much. My throat's killing me, but thank you. We made it through the show. We talked. We had a good time. I know it was kind of slow rolling to get there, but I appreciate it so much. We got Machini coming up next after this. I'm sorry the fire just wasn't here this morning. That's on, I don't want to deal with that again. Believe me, I'm no show tonight with Adega because I'm going to rest and try and be 100% tomorrow morning. That way I can bring you guys the show you deserve because that's the whole point, man, is to bring you guys the show you deserve, kick some ass, some names, and start your morning off right. That's what I pride myself on is doing this and getting you guys fired up, getting your morning going. And I know it's hard when someone's like, hi, how's it going? It's Loki. I can barely talk, but I'm here. Maybe I should have done. I hate doing reruns, man. I hate doing reruns. So just pop in for the first 5 minutes. I'll try to get you laughing. Okay, I will be. Oh, I will be there, Machini. As soon as I'm off, I'll get my phone and I'll listen, and then I'll go back to bed. Guys, you're the best. You're the best. It's not these corporate idiots. It's not these corporate idiots that don't know and don't care, and they don't want to know. They don't want to know, and they don't want to care. All they look at is their pocketbook. That's all it's about is money. And you would think it would be, you can make a lot more money if you just listen and care about what we care about, right? You could make a lot more money. You could do that. They don't care. They just care about their corporate bullshit. just put the corporate bullshit. Thank you, brother. Guys, if you aren't subscribed to Keith and Pop Culture Minefield, him and Gary put on such a great show. They're kicking ass. They're taking names. It's like me and Makini. Monday through Friday, man. We're here. We're giving you the show. Um, that can be crazy sometimes. I know we've talked about like, oh well, it's we're so lucky, and we are. We get to come in and we get to entertain and we get to talk to you guys. It's not like we're on an oil rig, getting our damn worrying about getting a limb cut off, or it's not like we're in the military, protecting and serving and kicking ass and taking names and stealing babies' lollipops and doing it the Marine Corps way or the Air Force way or the Army way, the Navy way. It's not like anything like that, but it's taxing over time. So Monday through Friday, guys, is a crazy schedule to keep when you do live streams. And I love each and every one of you guys. You and Gary are absolutely great. Don't tell Gary that, because he'll go to his head and he'll be like, "Oh, really? Loki said that?" Nah. And Makini, brother, you guys are kicking ass. You're kicking ass and taking names, and I see nothing but the best in the future. We were talking about Ironcaster. Yesterday, and how Ironcaster is. There's so much future there for him, and that's exactly what we should. This is what we should do. This is how it should be. I will. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mags. Keith said, Thursday morning show. This is for you, brother. 10 a.m. CST every Thursday morning coffee with Keith on YouTube. Dude, you guys are kicking ass and taking names, and keep that. Never let that go. No matter what happens, no matter what comes your way, we don't give up and we don't surrender. And I get it. Some people have this idea they have to have it now. They have to be there now. They need to have all the validation and confirmation now. They want to be immediately hanging out with people like Jeremy and Geeks and Gamers and all this shit and Tom. And that takes time, and it takes people getting to know you. And I understand you may want that validation, but it isn't worth selling out for. It isn't worth lying to people for. It isn't worth any of that, because you're going to get caught. People are going to see, and then you're not going to have anybody. Be yourselves. Keep kicking ass. Keep taking names. You don't have to kiss anybody's ass to get where you're going. All you have to do is be you. That's it. And the people will come. The people will listen. And you will make something. You will make something with your talent that is absolutely awesome. And you can bring people together and have one hell of a good time. I'm out of here, guys. I'm done. I'm done. I'm going to have some tea, lots of honey, and I'm going to bed right after I listen to whatever Makini's about to do. So, guys, take care. Be excellent to each other. Always speak friend to enter, and make sure you catch Makini's stream coming up right after this. Give him a hashtag blame Loki. Give him a hashtag blame Kurt. Say Loki raid, whatever it is. Be excellent and be badass. And show your appreciation. Guys, thank you. And I'm getting out of here. Have a good morning.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.